弟兄姐妹平安。
Peace be with you, brothers and sisters.
我们下面是读经的时间。
It's a time to read scriptures.
我们将今天的经文，无论中文、英文一起把它读一遍。
Both languages.
在利未记
It's in Leviticus
7章36到38节。
chapter 7, verse 36 to 38.
所以找到的话呢，我们大家就一同把经文读一遍。
Let's read together.
来，1、2、3。就是在摩西膏他们的日子，耶和华吩咐以色列人，这是世世代永得的份，这就是燔祭、素祭、赎罪祭、赎眼祭和平安祭的条例，并承接圣职的礼，都是耶和华在西乃山所吩咐摩西的，就是他在西乃旷野吩咐以色列人献公物给耶和华之日所说的。我们下面做一个简单的祷告。
Let's have a short prayer.
天父，感谢你，
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you.
感谢你在3500年以前就已经向你的子民彰显你在你自己子民中的心意。
And we thank you that you already revealed your will 3,500 years ago.
当我们今天去反省、思想这些古老的记载的时候，
So today when we review all those the scriptures,
我们心里边对你发出感恩，
and we just have a thanksgiving heart to you.
因为这是你自己话语的信实。
And because this is how faithful you are,
求你帮助我们，
please help us
能够活出一个献祭的生命。
so we can live a life of offering.
感谢祷告，奉主耶稣基督的名求，
And we thank you and pray in Jesus Christ's name.
阿门。
Amen.
好，今天讲到的题目是献祭的生命。
And the sermon title today is Life of Offering.
献祭是我们今天的人不熟悉的，
So actually, offering is not what we're familiar with.
但是献祭的生命的意义却是我们每天经历的。
But actually, the meaning of life of offering is what we experience every day.
昨天我去 Austin 看儿子，
Yesterday, we went to Austin to see that's my son.
2个月没看了，
Haven't seen him for 2 months.
发现比以前高一点，
And he's taller,
胖一点。
a little bigger.
我就问他怎么吃的那么胖啊？
And I asked him, so how come you gain the weight?
他说我在 canteen 里边吃饭嘛，
And he said, well, because I have a meal in a canteen.
全部是自助餐。
It's all buffet.
那如果说是不多吃亏了
And if I don't eat more, and then I just kind of lose something.
，5块钱一餐。
It's a $5
那
per
可是我
meal.
1块钱1块钱配上去的。
And it's I just pay just a penny by penny.
那他呢，就一个小朋友很有骨气。
And so he just kind of stayed firm by himself.
我想你读大学吧，父母多少给点支持吧，
And I thought because my son go to college, I supposed to support him some financially.
从来不管我们要1分钱。
He never asked us for a penny.
那我说我们想1个月支持你100块钱好不好啊？
And so I told him, I said, how about we support you $100 per
他也，
month?
我说前提就是你要把账记好了，我才有下1个月钱给你啊
And。the premise that you have to just do the bookkeeping.
人家小朋友就是有骨气，就不记账给你。
And he just doesn't do it.
我们有时候听起这些故事来，觉得好像是很稀疏平常的事情。
And sometimes we hear about this, we thought it's just that's ordinary.
其实每一件细小的事情都与献祭有关。
Actually, every little thing is related to the offering.
因为今天我们在耶稣基督的新约里边，我们献的是一个活祭。
Because in the New Testament, what we offer is a living sacrifice.
那么这个活祭的意义到底是什么呢？
So what is the meaning of living
我们
sacrifice?
仿佛需要从利未记的5祭开始去思想。
So we have to look at it from the 5 offering of Leviticus.
这就是今天我们讲到的内容的由来。
So this is the origin from today's sermon.
那最近这些天，我在灵修的时候，一直在利未5祭当中在那里徘徊。
So recently, when I have the devotion, I'm staying at the 5 offering of Leviticus.
我们有一个机会去反省其中的意义。
So we have the opportunity to have the reflection about the meaning of
那
this.
今天想到利未5祭有一个反思性的小节，等于立一个小碑。
So today, I have like a reflection summary and just have the stone tablet.
让我们的生命开始能够去记住神的话语，
So I can remember God's
也
words.
求神帮助我们活出一个献祭的生命。
May God help us to live a life of offering.
我们看看到底这5祭当中主要讲些什么东西呢？
And let's see what the 5 offerings talking about.
今天准备用3点来做一个小结。
And I just summarize in 3 points.
我们先来看第一点，
Let's see the first one.
永得的份。
Forever portion to receive.
当然，5祭当中，其中有一个重点是要让以色列人知道。
Of course, there's one focal point that Israel people they should know from the 5 offering.
就是当时上帝命定以色列人，其中有一个支派叫做利未人，其他的支派就供养这一个支派。
And that means that there's a branch among the 12, and it's called Levites, and have to receive the
上
offering.
帝在设立5祭的时候，给神的子民下了一个这样的命令。
So when God established the 5 offering, He had this command.
在这里边有一个非常重要的意义是什么呢？
And there's a very important meaning.
就是将供养利未人的需用和献祭紧紧相连。
And that is God connects supporting Levites with sacrifice.
就是说，以色列人每一次向上帝敬拜献祭的时候呢，
And that means each time that Israel people, when they offer to God,
是与上帝所设立的利未人紧紧相连。
is closely related to Levites.
那对我们今天弟兄姐妹是什么意义呢？
So what is the meaning to us
我们
today?
今天弟兄姐妹每一个月的11奉献也包含了这样的敬拜的含义。
So brother, sister, every month our tithing also related to this.
敬拜是包含了向神的奉献，
So worship also includes the offering to God.
或者说是11奉献根本就是敬拜的一个部分。
Or we can say actually tithing actually is part of the worship.
我记得在我自己从信主到现在这20多年的时间来看呢，
And I remember from the past 20 years that since I received
通
Christ.
常牧师是很尴尬去谈这个题目。
And usually it's kind of difficult for a pastor to preach about this subject.
我也发现许多的牧师比较胆怯去谈论关于11奉献的真理。
And I noticed that some pastors just intimidated to preach about this
好
message.
像怕人误会说，哎呀，你鼓励奉献，好像是鼓励人供养自己一样。
It seems like the brother and sister misunderstood that when pastor preach, it means to support the
当
pastor.
然，我也相信这是牧师心里边怜悯弟兄姐妹生命有软弱的时候呢，有一个怜悯的考虑。
And also this also on pastor's point of view also have the mercy just to consider about brother and sister's weakness.
但是我更加相信，主要是对这个真理的认识不够深刻，不够
But
了解。
more, I think it's just because we're not quite clear about the truth in the Bible.
因为既然是神的真理，我们传讲起来是坦然无惧的。
Since this is a truth in the Bible, we should have no fear to preach this message.
要坦率讲，我自己走这条路，我也走了颇长的时间。
And be frankly, when I work on this process of offering, it took me a long time.
每一次要想到去全时间奉献的时候，总是心里边感到惧怕。
And every time when I think about to offer myself with all my life, I have fear.
我们中国人的知识分子士大夫的思想是不食嗟来之食。
So the Chinese, the traditional way, we're just thinking we do not take a meal with insult.
我们总是要想着靠自己的本事、自己的能力去赚取自己的生活所需。
And we always thought we just earn the living with our ability and our background.
我就告诉儿子说：“我说我们每个月想支持你100块钱的生活需要。”
And I told my son we want to support him $100 per month.
他也不说 yes， 也不说 no。
He didn't say yes or no.
但是我知道他给我send一个什么 message， 给我什么，告诉我什么。
But I received the message from him.
他的意就是说：“爸爸，我长大了，不要你供养。”
And my son is trying to tell me, Dad, I already grown up and I don't need your support.
我记得他很小的时候，我就告诉他我说，我14岁开始就没有管家里要过1分钱。
And I told my son since I turned 14, I didn't ask a penny from my parents.
而且我在下农村的时候，我就把我父母当时养我的所有的金钱，我都 return 回去。
And when I went to the village in China, and I returned all the money to my parents.
其实当时是在彰显自己内心的那份骄傲。
Actually, I was revealing my own pride
我
to
在
my
鼓励
parents.
从小鼓励儿子成熟长大的时候，也用了这个例子。
So when I encouraged my son, I also used this example.
但是其实我是忽略了另外一点，
But actually, I neglect one thing.
人与人之间这种互相供养是一种爱的关系。
Actually, the relationship between people that to support each other, actually, it's to reveal the love.
父母供养儿女，目的是让儿女能够成长、成熟、长大。
So the purpose the parents support their children is to help them to grow up.
而儿女供养父母呢，也是彰显在上帝面前的一份孝敬、一份敬畏
And
和尊
for
重的心。
children to support their parents and to show how they respect their parents.
但是我们这种文化却根深蒂固的在我们脑海里面控制、牢笼我们的生命。
But this culture just kind of just bind us.
我记得每一位传道人在往前走上这条路的时候，都是流着眼泪走上去的。
And I remember like each minister and the pastor when they walk on this serving path, they just have tears just walk on each step.
我第一次神呼召我是1991年，
And the first time God called me is 1991.
但是我心里想，我说我怎么可能去走上这条路呢？
And I told myself, how could I walk on this kind of a path?
我前前后后跟神反悔了13次。
So I regret 13 times to God.
我说神，你当时呼召我的时候，趁我意志薄弱的时候，我不知道情况下你呼召我。
So I told God, I said, well, when you called me and I was not ready, and when I was real weak.
其实我内心藏着一个很刚毅的骄傲，在抵挡神的呼召。
Actually, in my mind, I have a hidden thing. It's my pride.
我想我是君子不食嗟来之食啊！
And I said, I thought I'm a man of noble character. I don't take a meal
我
with
说
insult.
神，难道你不知道我的能力、我的背景、我的人脉、我的所有一切都是我的？
So I told God, don't you know it's my ability, my background, and my everything.
我就忽略了神到底是谁，
So I just neglect who God is.
到底神的呼召是什么呢？
And what is God's calling?
神的命定是什
What
么
is
呢？
God's command?
神的心意又
What
是
is
什么呢？
God's will?
神的，我们完全不去计较。
And we just don't care about everything about God.
呀，旧约去命定利未人由以色列其他的支派来供养。
So in the Old Testament, God commanded the Levites to be supported by other branches.
我有时就在想，哎，利未人能不能够自己搞点小副业，减轻一下其他支派的一些压力呢？
And then I was just thinking, can they just have some side business to support
神在
themselves?
圣经讲得很清楚 ，no，利未人不许做别的工作，
But in the Bible, God said no, they cannot.
你只能服侍神，
They can only serve
因为
God.
这就是你的工作。
And because this is your work.
新约同样，他要求传道人是靠福音养生。
And in the New Testament, also command that those who preach the gospel should receive their living from the gospel.
也是去接受弟兄姐妹的供养。
And that means to receive support from brothers and
我
sisters.
不止一次，无数次的心里面想，我不要工资，我不要弟兄姐妹供养，我自己打一份工，可不可以呢？
And many times I just ask, and can I just work just to support by myself?
让我多么想靠自己的能力去赚一份钱，
How much I want to use my ability to
然后
support
免费
myself,
的在教会里面工作，
and then serve in the church for free.
可不可以呢？
Can I do that?
我不说不可以，
I didn't say I can't.
但是圣经的教导却是让传道人去靠福音养生。
But the Bible's teaching is to let the people who preach the gospel receive their living from the gospel.
就是像这样的牧师也是有的，跟你们讲。
Well, actually, there's the kind of pastor. They also have do this.
我就不点名，他蛮出名的，他有一次讲到时候提到这件事情。
And I do not to say their name, but actually that pastor preached about this
因为这个
about
牧师
having side
特别
business.
特别的有恩赐，
And because this pastor, he has such a great gift from
他
God.
出版书的钱已经太多了，
Because from the money and he published from the book,
他就把出版书的钱拿来干什么呢？
and what did he use with the money that he earned from the
他在
book?
这个教会工作了25年，
He served in that church, his church for 25 years.
他把25年教会供养的钱全部还给了教会，
So he returned all the 25 years salary returned to the church.
然后他用他出版所赚的钱，每一个月去付给教会，让教会来付给自己人工。
So he used the money that he earned from selling the books and offered to the church, and let church use that money and to give to him.
我第一次听的时候，我多么渴望呀！这种 life wonderful, I like it。
And the first time I heard about this, I thought, wow, this is wonderful.
我有一次去他们教会去访问，
One time I visited their church.
我走进他们教会的时候，
When I walked in his church,
他们教会大概300亩土地很大，
the church is about 300 acres,
那里边也有不同民族的人，有墨西哥人，有美国人，有中国人，什么人都有。
and also have a different culture, different ethnic.
我走进去以后，我心里面感受到什么呢？
You know how I feel when I walk in his church.
我感到这个牧师好伟大，
And I just feel like, wow, this pastor is so great.
他真是伟大到达一种地步，他不需要弟兄姐妹的供养。
And he's great to the point he doesn't need brother sisters' support.
呀，说心里话，在我内心深处也有一股这样的冲动，骄傲的冲动。
So actually, in deep side of my mind, I also feel like, oh, I want to do like this.
我回到家以后，我开始在神面前祷告。
So when I went home, I prayed to God.
我说：“神啊，你的呼召到底是什么？”
I asked God, God, what is your calling to me?
我记得那天晚上，神很清楚的把克西玛丽园那个图画彰显给我，让我去读。
So that day, God gave me the scripture, asked me to read in the New Testament when Jesus Christ in the Gethsemane.
我那天感受到基督的眼泪。
And I can feel Jesus Christ's tears.
基督是渴望我们传道人和弟兄姐妹是一个血肉相连的关系。
And I realized actually Jesus Christ wants me to have a relationship with brothers, sisters, with tears and God's love.
我也深知自己内心骄傲，长时间对自己生命的吞吃。
And I realized for such a long time the pride just devour my life.
我回想起神怎么医治我这份骄傲呢？
And how God healed my pride.
我刚到神学院的时候，一家4口到了神学院。
When our family, 4 people, when we went to the seminary.
我们离开了挪威的这个生命的保险箱，去到香港。
And we left just like the paradise of Norway. We went to Hong Kong.
然后呢，到了香港也没有亲戚，没有朋友，没有保障，就到了这一个只有靠基督的环境当中。
And we came to this place, no relatives, no friends, anything, and we only have Jesus.
有一天，生命真是走到了一个地步，身无分文的地步。
And one day we just get to the point we have no money.
那神学院有一个很好的 system。
And in the seminary, they have a very good system.
那给外地生有一个权利，怎么样做呢？
And for the outside student, they have a system to set up.
你不是没钱吃饭吗？
So you don't have money to eat.
好，那你等弟兄姐妹吃完。
So it just wait for other brother sister when they finish their meal.
我们神学院吃饭，大家必须用公筷公勺来吃。
And because in the seminary when we eat, we have the spoon and everything just like for
那我们
everyone
这
to share.
就从
the
美
public
国
one.
啦、加拿大啦、别的地方外地生来了以后，就把剩菜剩饭也很干净的打回去，汤呢三菜一汤，每一餐都是很好。
Okay, so the foreign students and they can just have those meals just with the leftover.
但是你知道这件事对我来讲多么难呢？
But you know, it's so difficult for me.
我当时心里面就一个想法，我宁肯饿死也不吃。
And at a time, I just feel like I would rather starve to death. I don't want to take it.
楼上有一个姐妹知道我这个要面子，
And their sister, she lives upstairs of us, and
她就
she
每天从家里
under my
面打
face.
好了饭菜，静悄悄的往我门口一放就跑，不让我看见。
So every day, she just prepared, saved the food, and just put in front of my front door and just left.
知道多长时间吗？
You know, for how long she did
整
that?
整半年。
6 months.
半年以后，我开始在神面前讲，神，我不要这个面子。
After 6 months, I told God, God, I don't want to have my face.
勇敢的去拿那街来之死。
I just want to bravely to receive this kind of food.
如果这一关我不过，我今后怎么牧养神的子民呢？
If I cannot pass on the pride, how can I serve
如果
brothers
自己
sisters?
根深蒂固的骄傲不除去，我怎么敢坦然无惧的讲这堂11奉献的道呢？
If I do not remove my pride, how can I preach this sermon about tithing?
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
教会的弟兄姐妹能够奉献金钱给上帝，是上帝给我们有恩典，
actually, it's God's grace for us, brother sister, that we are able to offer
也
to
是
God.
我们敬拜上帝的方式，
And this is also a way to worship God.
当然也是神的命令。
Of course, this is God's
我
command.
巴不得这件事，我们在主日学能够把事给谈透、谈通、谈清楚。
And I really hope we can just discuss about this very clearly in the Sunday school time.
一个连传道人也供养不起的教会，又怎么能去荣耀神呢？
So how can a church that if they cannot even support a minister, how can they glorify God?
同样不用圣经真理去教导弟兄姐妹的牧师，又怎么向神去交账呢？
So how can a pastor, if he cannot preach the truth about tithing, how can he face God?
我相信每一个牧师在讲这堂道的时候，都是经过很长时间的挣扎。
I believe every pastor, when they preach about this subject about tithing, they have a struggle.
但是感谢神给我这个勇气，给我这个胆量， 给我这个确据传讲神的道。
But I thank God give me this courage to preach about this.
神定义赐给传道人那永远的份，供养及领受双方都是必须严格遵守的真理。
Regarding the forever portion to the minister by God's command, both the offering part and the receiving party must follow very strictly.
这里边有一个非常清楚的方向性的真理要讲清楚。
So there is a directional concept that we need to be clarified.
就是我们的奉献是对准神的，不是对准人的。
That is our offering. Actually, it's focused on God.
要神用所收到的奉献来供养他自己所呼召的仆人，是神他自己的事情。
So God used the offering received to support the servant He called. This is God's own matter.
而我们却不能对已经奉献出去的金钱还存有一些自己占有的期望。
And we cannot have any expectation to occupy the money that we already offered.
这个是非常不讨神喜悦的。
This is really not pleased to God.
我讲这个不是说空穴来风，乃是真有这样的事情。
And what I say about this is not I just say something just not real. It's really something happened.
在我过去所牧养的一间教会里边，
And there's one of the church I used to pastor.
我认识一位弟兄，
And there's one brother.
他对这个真理不太清楚。
He's not quite clear about this truth.
那他离开教会以后呢，
So after he left the church,
他回头就写了封信给教会。
and he just turned around and wrote a letter to the church.
哎，我记得我曾经奉献给教会2100块钱。
So he said, I used to offer $2,100 to
说
the
他请教会
church.
把钱还给他，他要用到别的地方
He
去。
said, please return to me. I have other use.
当时我们整个执事会、整个教务同工会全部都傻了眼了，还有这样的人。
At the time, the deacon board meeting and the pastoral meeting, they just got shocked.
而且他说，如果说你要不还的话，我要到法院去告你，
And the letter he also wrote, if you do not return to me, I will sue you.
还要去3个广播站去公布教会的恶行。他说，
And he said, I will contact the the broadcast radio station.
那令我惊讶，这个人呈现还是过去还是我的好朋友，
And even surprisingly, is he was my very close friend.
而且他服侍还是很 deep 的一个弟兄。
And he also had the ministry that he served.
那当时教会问我的意见怎么办？
So at the time, the church asked me, what is my opinion?
我说可能他真的经济上是有些困难。
And I said, maybe he really have some financial difficulties.
我们没有一个权柄把奉献给教会的钱再还给人，我们没有这个权柄。
Because the church does not have the authority to return the money that people already offered to God.
因为这个钱是神贵的钱，怎么敢去拿呢？
Because the money belongs to God.
但是我请大家祷告，
And I so invite all of them pray
看看能不能对他有一个爱心奉献的感动。
and to see if brother sister have the touch to offer him as a loving fund.
那教会执事们、领袖们就开始为他去祷告。
So the church leader pray for him.
后来我们就有一个感动呢，奉献2笔爱心奉献给他。
So at the end, we decided to offer 2 loving fund offering to him.
一次800块钱，
So each time $800,
第2次是900块钱，
and the second time $900.
总共是1700美金。
So it total $1,700.
那离2100还差个400块钱呢。
So and there's a $400 gap.
其实我心里还有点私心的，能不能再祷告，再给他400块钱？
So at the time, I really have my own thinking. I said, well, can we just offer another
但
$400?
是神感动弟兄姐妹的爱心奉献到此就结束了。
But the touch from God to brother sister is total only $1,700. That's it.
我很长时间的百思不得其解 ，why？
For a long time, I cannot understand why.
但是时间长了，我越来越明白神的真理。
But as time passed, I finally realized God's will.
神在这里给我们修一个班嘴，
God showed a boundary.
我不缺钱的，
And God said, I'm not lacking of money.
但是你却不能到我的钱柜里拿着我的权柄。
And God said, you cannot come to my pocket
我
and
留
to
一个
take
缺
my
口，告诉你
authority.
说，我会更多的供应你。
So I leave this gap and to show him that I will provide you.
但是你却拿不走 original 原本的那个奉献给我的钱。
But you cannot take the original amount that you already offered to God.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
钱这样东西呢是非常考验人的。
so things like money is really can test people.
一个人能够在钱的问题上过关，那他就离完全的地步不远的了。
So whether a person can really pass the test of the money, and then he's almost complete
大家有没有
person.
想过，为什么耶稣要让我们把钱奉献给教会呢？
And have you ever thought about why God wants us to offer money to the church?
你说我能不能奉献一个什么别的东西呢？
And so you may think, can I offer something else?
呀，耶稣说不行。
Jesus Christ said, no, you
耶稣
can't.
说，你的钱在哪里，你的心就在哪里。
So Jesus Christ said, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
那么，请问你的心在哪里？
Then where's your heart?
你知道耶稣要我们要什么呢？
Do you know what Jesus Christ asked from
他
us?
就是要我们这颗心。
He wants our heart.
如果说我们的心不在耶稣那里，
If our heart is not at Jesus
那
Christ,
是不是耶稣的心在不在我们这里呢？
then is Jesus Christ's heart in our heart?
难道我们不懂得人心换人心的道理吗？
Don't we know about the heart to heart?
当然，耶稣早就把心给我们。
Of course, Jesus Christ already gives his heart to us.
盼望这个金钱奉献的真理，在我们心里面是坦然透明的。
I hope with the offering about the money is really transparent in our heart.
弟兄姐妹，如果对这个真理不清楚，随时随地可以在主日学任何场合当中去询问，大家可以去公开的讨论的。
If brothers and sisters still have something not clear about the money offering, we can discuss that in Sunday school time or just ask pastor.
坦率讲，从我们教会来看，
Frankly speaking, from our church's point of view,
从金钱奉献的角度来看，
from the monetary offering
我跟你讲，完全是个 miracle， 是一个奇迹、神迹奇事的。
so our church is a miracle.
我们刚刚开始来这里聚会的时候，
When we first worship
我
here,
们刚刚开始来 McKinney 来植堂的时候，
when we first came to McKinney to plant this church,
我们就5个人，
we have only 5 people.
我跟师母2个人，
Pastor and pastor's wife,
方中1个，
Flora,
还有程毅1个，
Sandy,
还有一个安利姐妹1
and
个。
Ali.
当时我们最早来这里就是5个人在这里开始。
So originally, just 5 people
我
came to
们
this
有的
church.
时候聚会人少的时候7个人，你知道哪7个人？
And you know, the least people worship 7 people.
我们5个人加上我2个孩子，
You know who are those 7 people?
7个人。
That's the 5 co-workers plus pastor's 2 kids.
有2次我们聚会是7个人。
2 times we have 7 people worship.
我在巴黎的时候有一次讲到，有个教会请我去讲道，
One time when pastor was in Paris and
Hey,
people
刚刚-
invited him to preach,
刚刚开始
the
开
church
讲，
also just started it.
那我就去把道准备好了，跑到礼拜天在那讲道。
So I got ready and preached.
过来看他的师母在弹钢琴，
So I went there and see the pastor's wife was playing piano.
牧师做主席，
Pastor is a presider
领诗，
and also praise leader.
我就坐在第1排，
And I sit on the first row.
我听不到后面有谁在唱歌
I
啊，
cannot hear no one singing in the back.
然后我不敢回头看，我就在那继续唱喽。
I dare not turn my head. I just continue singing.
等我站在讲台上的时候呢，
When I was on the stage,
我一看4个人，
I saw only 4 people.
牧师、师母还有2个孩子，
Pastor, pastor's wife, and their 2 children.
那是我平生讲到最少的一次。
And it's in my life, that's the least people that I preached to.
1年以后，这个教会是120人。
A year later, that church has 120 people.
当然，巴黎的华人比较多了。
And of course, in Paris, they have more Chinese.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
上帝在我们生命的每一个细小的环节里边与我们相遇。
so God just meet with us in our daily life, every little bitty things.
我们每一个心思意念，上帝都在那里查验、观看、等候和祝福。
So God examines and blesses us in our everything.
好，我们看第2点，
That's the second point.
5祭的律。
The law of 5 offering.
大家对5祭要大概有一个了解才行。
So we need to have some understanding about what is the 5 offerings.
燔祭是什么呢？
So what is the burnt offering?
燔祭是一个完全的祭，
So the burnt offering is a complete offering.
就是把一个动物放在祭坛上，完全的烧光。
And they just said offered animal and just burn all.
目的是向神献上一个完全的敬拜，
And the purpose is to give a complete worship.
就好像是我们一个主日崇拜一样。
And it's just like the Sunday worship.
素祭是什么呢？
And what is a grain
素祭
offering?
是烤一些无效的小面饼啊，用油混起来，把它烤热一起吃。
And the grain offering is they bake some the bread without yeast.
献的人呢，和祭司一同在祭坛旁边吃。
And also the people who send the offering and the priest and they eat.
非常像是跟神一起有一个筵席，一起吃饭，表达我们的团契生活。
And it's pretty similar, just like a fellowship.
平安祭是什么呢？
And so what is the ordination offering? And
平安祭就是我们今天得着平安，就要向神献祭。
And that is when we receive the peace from God and we offer to Him.
那这个是我们常常忽略的。
This is something we oftentimes neglect.
我们今天平平安安不是理所当然的。
And so today we just don't take it for granted that we have peace.
我们今天无灾无难是完全神的保守。
And it is because all God's protection.
但是我们往往是忘记向神献上一个平安的祭。
But oftentimes we forgot to send our peace offering.
平安祭来到教会，好比什么呢？
So what is a peace offering when it comes to church?
好像教会的日常治理。
And it's like a church's daily management.
好像我们每一天经历神的同在、恩典和智慧。
And it's like each day we experience God's presence.
平安祭我们称为这就是教会的治理。
And it is like church's management.
赎言祭是什么呢？
And what is a guilt offering?
赎言祭就是教会的一个教导事工。
So guilt offering actually is a church education ministry.
是帮助弟兄姐妹如何守住神的约。
And to help brother and sister to keep the covenant with God.
如何效法神的慈爱。
And follow God's merciful love.
所以我们可以看到赎言祭仿佛是教会的 education 教导的事工。
So we can say guilt offering is pretty similar to church's education ministry.
好，最后一个祭是赎罪祭。
And lastly, the sin offering.
大家千万不要以为赎罪祭是很 negative 很负面，不是的。
So don't think sin offering is a negative.
赎罪祭的关键在哪里呢？
And the key is
在悔改。
repentance.
当我们献上赎罪祭的时候呢，我们就对我们所犯的罪有一个悔改。
So when we send the sin offering, we have a repentance in God.
然后将一个上帝让我们悔改的信息与人分享。
And also share this repentance message with people.
这是什么事工啊？
What kind of ministry it
这是
is?
福音和宣教事。
It's a gospel mission.
所以，亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Therefore, dear brothers and
上
sisters,
帝在3500年所设立的5祭，对我们今天是息息相关的。
so actually the 5 offering God established 3,500 years ago
我们可以
actually
几
closely
乎
related to
看得见，
us.
它就是为教会所设立的。
It is established for the church.
我们可以自己每天反省自己的生命。
We can examine our life daily.
我们在敬拜的时候有全然的献上吗？
Do we offer ourselves totally in worship?
我们唱诗的时候是投入的吗？
When we sing a worship song, do we sing with our heart?
我们听到的时候在做笔记
Do
吗？
we take note when we listen to the preaching?
有没有在昨天就准备好11奉献呢？
Did we already prepare the tithing the day before?
而且不要忘了，上帝不是单单看我们的11奉献呐，
And don't think about God only look at our tithing.
他看我们9%怎么去花呀？
He also look at how we spend
我们
the
有
other
没
9
有
tenths.
没有准备好我们的宣教奉献呢？
Do we prepare our mission offering?
我们还有爱心奉献。
Do we prepare our loving
教会
offering?
的需要是一个无穷的国度，
Actually, church's needs actually is an unlimited kingdom.
以及可能会有今后会有一些特别的奉献。
And also sometimes maybe you have the opportunity to have a special offering.
有没有为到教会赐给我们教会日常的生活治理和个人的生命献上一个平安祭呢？
Have we ever just said our ordination offering in our church's management?
什么是平安的祭呢？
What is the peace
就是
offering?
努力来参与教会的事工啊。
And that is just try your hard, try your best and to serve in the church.
我们每个主日聚会以前，
So every Sunday worship before
其
that,
实教会有蛮多的事情要做的，
actually church has a lot of things we need to set up.
能不能早一点来呢？
Can you come a little bit earlier?
来帮帮忙可以吗？
And to help the ministry.
让一直委身多年的弟兄姐妹不会感到太孤单呢？
So let the brother sister who always they just contribute their effort so they don't feel so lonely.
请问可不可以为主的缘故，也为弟兄姐妹的缘故，早到5分钟呢？
Can you just come to church 5 minutes earlier just for brothers and
可不可以
sisters?
一同在神的国度里边一同的添砖加瓦呢？
And also just put your effort in God's kingdom.
其实更加重要的是什么？你知道
And you
吗？
know what is more important?
我们早到几分钟，真是会讨神的喜悦。
Actually, if you come like a few minutes earlier, you will please to
我
God.
们在团契的时候，有没有准备好一张美丽的音容笑貌呢？
And during our fellowship, do you have prepared your smiling face?
我们来到教会，脸上有笑容的时候，神得荣耀，你知道
You
吗？
know, when you have the smiling face come to church, actually God receives His glory.
我们与弟兄姐妹平常交往的时候，有没有准备好合宜的话语呢？
And when we meet brothers sisters, do we have the proper words?
我盼望大家千万不要误会，在教会吃一个团契的饭， 那么简单，简单的好像就吃个饭，不是的。
And I hope we don't think that when we have a meal in the fellowship, it's just only about the food.
教会弟兄姐妹在一起吃饭，意义绝对不简单。
And the meaning is not simple.
这是当年素祭的献上。
And this is to offer the grain offering.
这是上帝定义我们在团契里面的生命紧紧相连。
And this is God's will for our life to be connected.
当教会在吃饭的时候，
And when we have the meal in the church,
从准备饭菜的开始，上帝看我们的辛劳。
from when we prepare the food, God look at our heart.
你准备什么东西吃呢？
And what do you prepare?
我刚刚在那个小房子里面听方丈阿姨说，我准备的菜饭，是不是？
I heard Flora said today she brought the rice with the bok choy.
然后我记得上个礼拜五，东菊跟我讲，你准备菜饭，我也准备菜饭，看谁的好吃。
Last Friday I heard Dongju said, well, we just see who prepared good food.
坦率讲，我心里面感到很温暖的，
Actually, I feel very
因为
warm
大家都在一个爱的国度里边投入自己的爱。
because we just contribute our love in our eternal kingdom.
你知道为什么地狱的人吃不饱饭？你知道吗？
You know why the people in the hell, they just cannot feed their own stomach?
因为那个勺子太长了，拿到饭以后放不到自己嘴边。
Because the spoon, the handle is too long and cannot reach their mouth.
你知道天堂为什么吃得饱饭
You
呢？
know why? In heaven, we just have enough
天堂
food.
是我盛了饭，我给对面的人吃。
Because in the heaven, we pick up food and we give to the person.
彼此分享是上帝的定义中的祝福。
So it is God's blessing that we just share with each other.
你知道吗，亲爱的弟兄姐妹？
Do you know, brothers and sisters?
我们每个礼拜的听道和主日学，
So every Sunday, the message we hear from pastor and
当我
also
们有
Sunday
一个
school,
受教的耳朵的时候，
when we have a teachable
我
ears,
们就是向神献上一个赎眼祭啊！
that means we should offer the guilt offering.
包括我们每一天的认罪祷告、传福音、支持宣教，我们就是向神献上一个赎罪祭。
So including our daily prayer, the repentance and the support mission, actually we just send our sin offering.
我盼望大家有一个很清楚的观念，
I hope we have a clear concept.
我们都是欠了福音债的人。
We are the person we owe the gospel debt.
我们欠谁呢？
Who do we owe?
我们欠神的，
We owe to God.
这个容易理解。
This is easy to understand.
我们也欠那些还没有相信上帝的福音债，这是我们所欠的债。
We also owe the people that they have not received Christ.
所以，我们每一个月我们去传福音，不是说我们奉献了什么，做了什么了不起的事情。No， 我们是还债去。
So each month when we go to supermarket share gospel, it's not what we did. Actually, we just pay back the gospel debt.
保罗在罗马书是这么讲这个道理。
So Apostle Paul mentioned in the book of
他
Romans,
说我们去传道，我们就有从上帝来的赏赐啊。
and he said we will receive reward if we share gospel.
但是不传就有祸了。
Otherwise, we'll be in trouble.
这是神的智慧与恩典。
This is God's wisdom and grace.
人犯了罪，
And human beings sin,
要基督舍了命，
and Jesus Christ sacrificed his life
将我们从信心中将我们赎回。
and redeemed us through faith.
大家想一想，神甚至还邀请我们一同参与这个全宇宙最伟大的救世工程。
And God even invited us to join his great salvation project.
更加奇妙的是什么？你知道
And
吗？
what is more amazing?
旧约的五祭，如今已经在耶稣基督里合二为一。
And now the five offerings in the Old Testament have been united in Jesus
我
Christ.
们今天是一个凡事都可以奉主的名求，
And today we can pray to God in Jesus Christ and on everything.
我们不用再去宰杀那么多牛羊，
And we don't have to kill so many animals.
我们只要奉主的名祷告，我们就活出这个活气。
As long as we pray in Jesus Christ's name and we just receive this blessing.
因为他的名是万民之名。
Because his name is the King of the King.
我们看第三点，
And let's see the third point.
写下的约，
Covenant written.
神与人立约是刻在两块相同的石板上的。
And the covenant that God has with people actually is carved on two same stones.
一块是给神，一块是给人的。
And one for people, one for God.
好像律师写法律文件一式两份，对不对？
It's like the lawyer, they wrote a document, it's one content but two sets.
一份给甲方，一份给乙方，律师还得保留一份。
And just like one for person A, one for person B, and the other one.
两份相同的石板放在约柜里面。
And the two same stone tablet just keep in the ark.
那么，亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
And dear brothers and
我们
sisters,
今天也可以在神的面前写下自己与神的立约。
and today we can also write down the covenant and with God.
我们也可以签上自己的名字。
And sign our name.
我们可能是现在向神立一个约。
And maybe we have the covenant today
我们
with
求神
God.
来改变我们的生命。
And we can pray to God to change our
我们
life.
写2份约，一份给神，一份自己留的。
And just we wrote the two sets, one for God, one for us.
我们1年以后再来看看这个约。
And a year later, we just check on this.
我们过一个写约的生命。
And we just live a life of a covenant.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and
久
sisters.
而久之，我们就会有一个生命的自由活出来。
And as time passed, we'll have the freedom of our life.
我们常常有一个很强的误会在哪里？
Sometimes we have a strong misunderstanding.
好像说是在教会里边，在神面前写一个约、立一个约，是受到了约束。
And we feel like, oh, we're bound because we have the covenant.
殊不知，与神之间的约是给我们生命当中最大的自由。
And actually, don't you realize, actually, when we have the covenant with God, actually we receive the freedom in Him.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters.
献祭的生命绝对不是仅仅嘴巴说说而已，
And the life of offering is not just from the word of mouth,
乃是上帝要求我们要留下生命的痕迹。
but it is we have to live out of this kind of life.
神是让献祭的生命刻在石板上，
So God wants the life of offering just carved on the stone
写
tablet
在圣约当中。
and wrote in the holy covenant.
他更加在乎的是让我们活在气息里，
And most important, just live from our life.
这就是活祭生命的由来啊，
So this is the origin of living
是
sacrifice.
可以传承的，
It can be passed
是可
on,
以遵循的，
and we can follow,
甚至可以传讲的。
and also can be preached.
教会这几年的崇拜时间变了好几次，
So in the past few years, our church worship schedule has been changed many times.
我们是2010年的2月14号第一次在这里聚会，
Our first time worship in this place is February 14, 2001,
下午2点钟。
2010. It's
然后呢？
2 o'clock afternoon.
同年的8月22号，
And the same year, August 22nd,
我们崇拜的时间是9点钟。
our worship time just moved to 9 a.m.
今年的8月25号，
August 25th
就
this
改
year,
成是早上11点钟。
and changed to 11 a.m.
我们崇拜的时间来这换了3次，
So our worship schedule has been changed 3 times.
好像当年以色列人在旷野当中常常拆帐篷了、建帐幕了，常常拆建。
And it's pretty similar like Israel people when they were in the wilderness, and oftentimes they tear down a tent and build up the tabernacle.
有没有想过神为什么这么做？
Have you think about why God does this?
我多么想有一个地固定时间，不要再变了，永远这样子，舒舒服服的做个老底家人多好，不冷不热的，多舒服。
And we just hope we can just sit in the same place and no change, the same schedule, everything same.
但是神仿佛总是让我们在不断的变化当中去持守上帝那不变的爱。
But God just led us to perceive in His unchangeable love and in this changeable schedule.
你知道新约有一个词字叫做毕士大池，
You know, in the New Testament, and there's a pool, it's called the Bethesda.
那一个固定时候，那个水就会转。
And when on the certain time, and then the water in the pool will be stirring.
当时人相传，水一转的时候，人一碰去洗一洗，病就得医治。
So at the time, and people say when the water was moving, if you touch the water, you will be healed from your illness.
呀，亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
我们今天生命中敬拜的时间改变，也仿佛那毕士大池中的水，神在搅动它。
so the worship time schedule change. It is pretty similar, like in the New Testament, and the water in the pool has been stirring.
呀，崇拜的时间一改变，改变我们生命的机会也来了。
So when the worship schedule change, actually our life is changing time.
呀，但是这个改变呢，是改变我们什么？你知道吗？
And you know what is change?
改变我们一个传统的认定和习惯。
And it is to change our traditional our persist on something.
因为不改变的时候，我们自己会误会自己很爱主啊。
And because if the schedule doesn't change, we thought we love
我
God.
们总是误会，觉得自己是把上帝放在第一的优先次序。
And we just thought we just put God on our first priority.
但是将这个时间改变的时候，我们重新反省：我真的把上帝放在生命的第一位吗？
But when the worship schedule changed, just examine our heart. Do we really put God in the first place?
这些令我们不舒服的变动所留下来的生命的轨迹呢？
So with all those uncomfortable change and what's marked in our
请大家
life,
留意我下一句话：
please pay attention to the next what I'm going to say.
正是神与我们之间刻在石板上那永恒之约的笔墨呀。
So actually, this is really the contents that's marked on the stone tablets with the eternal covenant with God.
那么，请问你打算在神面前留下怎样的文章呢？
So what kind of contents you want to leave on the stone tablet?
显然，献祭虽然已经停止，
So obviously, the offering in the Old Testament is being stopped,
但是献祭的生命没有停止，
but the life of offering has not stopped.
形式可以改变，
We can change the style,
但内容却永远不容删改。
but the contents can never be deleted.
原来的献牲畜已经由活祭的方式所取代，
So originally, to offer the animals now has been replaced with living sacrifice.
但是利未五祭已经活化在耶稣基督的教会的五大职能里面。
And the five offering of Leviticus actually already live in the Jesus Christ, the five function
成
in
为
the
一个
church,
新的活祭，
become a living sacrifice.
他以信实来对他所呼召的仆人，
God called his servant with his faithfulness.
并且以写下的约成为神人之间最基本的关系。
And also with the covenant between God and people, become this the very fundamental relationship.
这就是神从旧约就开始设立，
This is the life offering that God already established.
直到如今也没有改变的献祭的生命。
And this kind of life of living sacrifice has never changed till now.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
Dear brothers and sisters,
你愿意得到这样的生命吗？
are you willing to receive this kind of life?
我们去祷告。
Let's pray.
天父，感谢你，
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you.
感谢你这3500年向人类去说话。
And we thank you that you speak to us that in this past 3,500
你
years.
借着你的子民的生命来向我们彰显。
And through your chosen ones, and you just reveal to
你在
us.
西乃山上所彰显的真理，今天仍然有活力。
And the truth you reveal on the mountain Sinai also still work for us.
因为耶稣基督的生命是那昔在、今在、永在的神。
Because the life of Jesus Christ is the eternal life.
我们更加感谢主，
And we even just thank you.
你真是让我们看见利未五祭在教会的五大职能里边成为一个活祭。
And you let us see the five offering in the Leviticus also become the function in the church.
求主你教导我们弟兄姐妹，
Please teach us
我们成为一个美好的见证。
so we can be your witness.
当白色大宝座的日子来到的时候，
And when the day comes when we stand in front of the white throne,
我们可以坦然无惧的来到你的审判台前，
and we can just come to your judgment without fear.
来到你的施恩宝座前。
And we come to your throne, that your merciful place.
祷告奉耶稣的名，
And we pray in Jesus Christ's name.
阿门。
Amen.